What's up guys, welcome back to Finance to Fly. My name is Luke and I'm here to help you elevate your travel while minimizing your spending. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Coinbase One card from Amex and Coinbase. On to annual fee and sign up bonus. So technically there is no annual fee for this card, but you do need to be subscribed to Coinbase One, and at the lowest end that is a $49 annual fee for Coinbase One. So we're going to put a $49 annual fee on this card. There are no sign up bonuses though for this card. Earnings rates are pretty simple, but a little bit more different than every other card. You have a standard earning rate of 2% cash back in Bitcoin. If you hold $0 to $10,000 in Coinbase, you have a 2.5% cash back in Bitcoin. If you hold between $10,000 and $50,000 in Coinbase, you have a 3% cash back in Bitcoin multiplier if you hold between $50,000 and $200,000 in Coinbase, and then you'll earn 4% cash back in Bitcoin if you hold over $200,000 in Coinbase. So for benefits, a lot of these are going to come from that Coinbase One subscription, but you're going to get some nice perks if you do like to trade on Coinbase. You'll get $0 in trading fees up to the first $500 spent each month, a 4.5% APY boosted on your first $10,000 in the account. Everything else will be 4.1%. You'll get 5% staking rewards on ETH, Sol, and other coins. You'll get $120 a year in transaction credits, which is about $10 a month. You'll get travel and purchase protections and no foreign transaction fees. So what is the card worth? Well, you technically don't have an annual fee, but you do because you have to pay that $49 annual fee subscription. You get some perks with that, but the main kicker is if you're able to transact 5 times a year or 5 months out of the year and take away that $10 transaction fee, you'll be able to make it into the positive or at least break even. As long as you're able to do that, you're going to be a positive on this card and not paying a true high annual fee. So now for my thoughts and who I think this card is for. Well, I did wait to post this until way after the card came out, and it was kind of just to be able to isolate the high interest APY. Now that we know that the Fed is cutting rates, that rate is going to be going down for USDC holdings in Coinbase, so it can't really play effect on here. But either way, holding $200,000 in here to get that 4% cash back in Bitcoin would be probably the only place I see worth holding this card. Sure, you can get 2, 2.5, and 3% for lower amounts in Coinbase, but you can also get that on other cards. You can get 3% cash back on Robinhood, and you don't have to hold a single asset in Robinhood. I mean, they do recommend you do, but if you were looking to do something like 3% cash back, I would just go to the Robinhood card. It's 3% back on everything, and the biggest reason why for that is because it's limited to $10,000 per month for that high multiplier. So everything above 2%, you can only spend $10,000 a month to get that. So you're only going to get that 4% multiplier on $10,000 a month. That comes out to about around $4,800 extra per year. And if you're going to max out that $10,000 per month, you're going to be up $4,800 in cash back in Bitcoin per year. It is a lot of cash back, but that's $120,000 you're spending on this Coinbase card, and it's in Bitcoin. And that comes up to another point. If you're holding your crypto assets in Coinbase, remember, it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. A lot of people like to hold crypto in their cold wallets. That $200,000 can be held in Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else held in Coinbase, but maybe it's worth more putting it in the stock market, something that is tangible, something that you trust more, something that you want to actually invest in or whatnot. Putting that $200,000 into the stock market might make you a better return than it is in crypto, because crypto is so volatile. Maybe you just don't want to deal with the volatile crypto market. It would make sense for you to want to put that into the stock market or even a CD or something else where you're going to get a better interest rate than holding your cash in Coinbase. I've had a lot of thoughts on this card, and originally I did think it was a stellar card to earn 4% cash back on everything and only have to hold $200,000 in the account. It would have been pretty good if it wasn't limited to $10,000 a month. With that limiting factor of $10,000 a month, there isn't much sense to holding this card. And sure, you can earn cash back in Bitcoin, but you're end up going to have to pay taxes on that once you redeem it or cash out, because Bitcoin is a crypto and it's not treated like a point or regular cash back, I'm assuming. And do I think this has a place in some people's wallets? Sure. If you do spend a lot on crypto and you are transacting a lot on Coinbase, it can make sense to get some better cash back and better staking rewards in USDC and other coins. But for the most part, I think you'd want to stay away from this card. It's just really complex and you have to have a lot of money held in Coinbase in order to get the full value for this card. And you can just get the 3% cash back card in Robinhood and put that 3% cash back in Bitcoin if you wanted to. That being said, if you do hold millions of dollars in crypto, I mean, go ahead and knock yourself out. This would be worth it to you, I guess, in some sort of ways. You are earning extra Bitcoin. If you're earning millions of dollars in crypto, does the extra 1% or 2% cash back actually mean something to you? I don't know. Sure, the card design is cool, but I think the card's purpose is very novel and it really is only going to help those who really want to stack Bitcoin. If you're trying to earn cash back and just maximize your rewards, I'd probably go to somewhere else. This is going to involve a lot more cash to be held in Coinbase than you probably want to, and is a card that you have to really put some thought into before you get. That being said, I would consider the Robinhood Gold card before getting this card, just because you don't have to hold $200,000 in cash or $50,000 in cash to get a 3% multiplier. You don't have to hold anything, honestly, in Robinhood. You can just earn that 3% cash back. Not only that, your 3% cash back with Robinhood you can put into Bitcoin, or I would recommend going with a travel card, get those points, and then put those points into either A, you could turn it into cash back, or B, turn it into travel. That is why we do travel rewards weekly. Travel could appreciate faster than Bitcoin, but if you are really trying to stack Bitcoin and you do have the capabilities of holding $200,000 in Coinbase, I think there is some opportunity to earn that extra 1% in cash back in Bitcoin that could be valuable. Overall, what do you think? Have you got this card? What are your thoughts on the card? Let me know your thoughts down in comments below, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day.